Hello, Virgo. Welcome back to Souls and Stardust podcast channel. I'm Shannon, redoing your November reading for love and life. We've already got cards coming up. I'm going to be using several different decks for you today, two of which Mio and I have created. So if you're interested in those, you can find the information in the description below. What does Virgo need to know for the month of November? Those came out very, very easy, Virgo. So I'm assuming we're going to have some good messages for you today, very direct ones. So this could be love, it could be life, it could be anything. I let the cards tell the story, and whatever the story comes up, like that's what it is. Take it for what it is for you. Some parts of the reading will probably resonate, other parts might not, because we're reading for lots of different Virgos. So just take what resonates, leave the rest. Okay, Virgo, you're being challenged with some energy here. Yep, you are. You might be feeling actually a little bit stuck, like things are being withheld from you, or no matter what you do, you can't seem to come to your treasure. And yeah, you need to figure out the why, your motivation for what you want and why you want it. So let's start with the Treasure Island card. This is normally such a beautiful card about the law of attraction and your dreams coming to fruition. All of this prosperity, like hitting the jackpot, right? But when this card shows up in the reverse, this is about feeling like you're not enough, being stuck in poverty consciousness. And that energy, that mindset actually casts a huge dark shadow on your path and works against you energetically for coming to those things that you want to try to manifest. So it seems like, Virgo, you're trying to manifest some outcomes. This could be career, it could be relationship related, but what's happening is your old beliefs, your experiences from before, plus your idea of yourself and what you're worthy of are getting in the way. And you may not even realize that that's happening, but deep down you have this like nagging thought loop or feeling loop that you get stuck in that suggests that you aren't worthy of those things that you're trying to manifest in your life. And so we have to stop and ask ourselves, I'm not a Virgo, but I'm saying we, Virgo, you have to stop and ask yourself, do you want to proclaim yourself a victim to your circumstances, or, what's not happening, or this never happens for me, like I want this, but it's never worked out for me before, so why would it work out in the future? Well, when you think that way, the universe won't bring you things because it knows that you're not ready for it, or you don't really want it, or you just already believe it's going to fail. It's going to bring you more of the same, so you get to learn how to work through it and find the lessons in it, which kind of sucks when it has to happen that way. So this is also the energy of like, are you avoiding even trying because you're afraid of success? Are you afraid of happiness? Are you afraid that you might actually get what you want and you won't know how to deal with it because maybe deep down you don't believe you deserve it? There's some deep shadow work going on here for you, Virgo. I just saw 3:33 on my camera timer. Take that for how it resonates with you. This means, this card indicates that you might be caught in some kind of detrimental thought pattern or fear loop that suggests you're suggesting to yourself and your being that you can't take a risk because it's going to fail no matter what. This is about you taking a risk because you don't have anything to lose. You have everything to gain. So why not think of it that way? So this is about rearranging your mindset from poverty consciousness, lack, I'm not good enough, to what's possible. This is very interesting. I can't wait to see how this unfolds, that kind of mindset. So some of you are caught in some thought loops. This coming to the edge card in the reverse, this is a card that is usually about courage, taking a leap of faith, needing to take a leap of faith, overcoming fear. We see the story that's unfolding already. When this is in the reverse, this is fear leading you to places that you don't need to go. You are wasting energy, Virgo, by thinking about all the what ifs that are only possibilities and are not probabilities, right? you need to take a risk and you need to rearrange your mindset into what's possible as opposed to all the reasons why something won't work. I have a very specific image of someone in my head, and this is interesting. They are a Virgo, and this is the mindset that they seem to be caught in right now. This is a time of courage, Virgo. It's a time of like eliminating, like stepping away from these old beliefs that you have that aren't even true. And maybe they came about because of experiences that you've had, but you need to look at those experiences for what they taught you instead of how you became a victim to them, how they hurt you. You will not be lost at sea if you take a risk. You will not be lost into the ethers. You won't fail. You will not watch everybody else get what they want and while you don't get what you want. You don't have to feel like you're subjugated to this aloneness and this unloved situation. This is you realizing that fear is driving your car right now. And you don't want fear driving your car. You want empowerment, you want courage, you want possibility driving your car. So the more you dwell on fear, the more real it becomes. And you need to ask yourself, Virgo, too, who inside of me is afraid? Love that part of you. And ask that part of you, is this true and real right now? And if it's not, let it go, because it's only a possibility and likely not a probability. It's a story you're making up in your head, Virgo. Courage is summoned right now. You need courage to be able to move forward and take a risk. Like you're getting in your own way, Virgo. Oh, so much love to you, Virgo. So the Why card in reverse, this is a card about understanding your motivations, driving your intentions, the power of knowing the why behind what you're doing and why you're doing it. And really, when this is in the reverse, this is about having to be very honest with yourself about what the intention is behind your motivations. What really is the why behind the choices that you're making? For example, maybe you want to be prominent in your profession, but your desire isn't really about sharing wisdom and knowledge. It's about making yourself feel better, because when people look to you, they validate you in your existence in the world. So are you seeking some type of external validation? Do you have an agenda in some way where you, just as an example, need attention, or you want to prove yourself right, or or you want to prove to other people your goodness or rightness? Like, what is your motivation behind your desires and the choices that you're making? This is requiring you to dig very deep into why do you want what you want, and why are you afraid? Why are you afraid to take the risk to get it? What truly is the motivation behind all of that? And what is the truth behind your fear? Like, what are you really afraid of here? Virgo, you need to ask yourself some really big, deep shadow work questions. It's soul searching time. What is the why that is driving your choices? And remember, not making a choice is also a choice. So your continued stagnancy is a choice you're making too. You're not moving forward for a specific reason. I'm going to ask your girlfriend's No BS Love Oracle what Virgo needs to know for November. This is really intense energy, Virgo. It's shadow work time for you. I think it's beautiful because when you come into the end of the year and start the year anew, you're going to be primed for expansion because you've discovered a lot about yourself. Wow, Virgo, for some of you in relationship or getting to know somebody, like this is about you being afraid to open up and just allow this person to get to know you. So see where this goes. And maybe this is about getting to know yourself more in this situation of like, what's holding me back? How am I the only one perpetuating my suffering at this point? How am I the only one holding myself back? That's a shadow work question too. Like if you're in a relationship or you're considering getting into a relationship with somebody, you need to be able to be vulnerable and allow this person to get to know you and allow yourself to get to know them. You may be holding things at arm's length because you're afraid of the potential pain that comes with vulnerability. I'm going to tell you, like, if you want a relationship, there's no way you're going to avoid that. Like, once you're there, you know, like, pain is part of it. Pain is how you know what love is too. Pain is how you know you're alive. Not that we want to endure pain, but like, it shows us what's worth fighting for. And anytime we open our heart, that's a risk, but it's also full of beautiful lessons. We don't have to be a victim to that pain, and opening your heart and vulnerability is so beautiful. What else does Virgo need to know about this situation? What does Virgo need to know about this situation? And honestly, if you do want a relationship or just anything, if you want to like go be successful in anything, you've got to put your heart into it, and you've got to be able to make yourself available to it. So holding something at arm's length just prevents you from actually experiencing all that's possible there. All right, some of you Virgos, you're in something that is super hot, super connected, and that's probably got you feeling a little uncomfortable about, do I deserve this? Do I need to be brave? I need to be brave. Am I enough? All of those questions. Oh boy, Virgo, whoever it is you're getting involved with, this has big lessons for you. I love that. You are afraid, Virgo. You're afraid of what this is. You're afraid of how this might transform you. You're afraid of how this might break your heart open. And you've had your heart broken open before, and at that pinnacle of feeling good, it may have crumbled. And that's what has you afraid. Ask yourself why you're holding back. Ask yourself what you're really afraid of and who inside you is afraid. I'm going to ask for more clarification with Quickies, our Quickies deck. What else does Virgo need to understand? Surrender and allow, Virgo. That's probably one of the harder things for Virgo to do. Trust your gut, your intuition, but make sure it's not fear that's speaking, Virgo. You are intuitive. See, what the fuck are you waiting for, Virgo? It's time for you to take that risk. It's going to be worth it. This is about courage. This is about when you take this step and you're honest with yourself about why you've been holding yourself back. It all blossoms for you. It breaks open for you. And then you can enjoy this agreement, this person, this situation to the fullest of extent in terms of what it's going to teach you or what it's going to bring you. Virgo, I think you're going to be happy as fuck once you surrender to this. What else does Virgo need to know? I'm asking the tarot. What else does Virgo need to know? What else does Virgo need to know? And you guys, I shuffle until the cards pop out. Okay, we got the Queen of Wands in reverse. That could be fear energy. Oh, we got Seven of Pentacles. We've got the Devil. All right, Virgo, we're going to dig into this. And I might ask for more clarification from that deck in just a minute. But the Queen of Wands in reverse. Somebody else just had this energy come up, and I want to say it was Leo. So you may look to see at what the Leo reading has to say about that energy. The Queen of Wands in reverse, though, this can be jealousy. Really, this is about a fear of taking a risk, right? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of, Virgo? Be honest with yourself. What are you afraid of? It's also not being totally honest with yourself. You're telling yourself stories about what's not possible, or all these what ifs. You're making up stories in your head without having all the information. This is a time for you to build self-confidence and to let go of what other people think. This is about you choosing you. This is about you taking a risk so you can have those things that you dream about and you're not standing in your way anymore. Seven of Pentacles, this is normally a card about growth and patience and nurturing. This card in the reverse is about giving up too early, giving up in the face of adversity. It's really about impatience though, and losing faith, like losing faith in yourself, Virgo. Ask yourself why you don't trust yourself. And it's also not following through. Like, why? Are you sabotaging yourself? You want some big things to come to you, but somehow along the way you're deciding that you don't get to have them, or you're not taking the steps. Like it's a form of self-sabotage. And this also could be frustration, not having the things the way you think they need to show up. So that kind of energy is causing you a little bit of grief, Virgo. Let's look at this Devil card. This is Capricorn energy. This is really, you can see the puppet strings, the guy tied to the puppet strings. This is about a need for liberation. It's about needing to go into the darkness to heal, being honest with yourself, delving into your shadow self. I just keep hearing, you are the only one standing in your way. And this is very similar to the Leo reading too. So some of you may be involved with the Leo or have Leo in your chart too. Like this is a similar message of how might you be standing in your own way. And this is also being trapped in your own stories. Oh, wow. Like what is the story or set of stories that you've created for yourself where you have convinced yourself that though you want these things, you're not going to have them? You need to be honest with yourself about how that has how you've conditioned yourself to understand that. It's also lying to yourself, okay? A need to be honest, a need to have courage. I'm going to ask what the advice is for Virgo, because that's pretty intense energy. What advice for Virgo? We have the Hanged Man in reverse. I think that's okay. I need to make decisions. The Hanged Man in reverse. That is energy of feeling stagnant. You're stuck in place, Virgo, and it's largely because you're afraid to move forward. I just said it, this is self-sabotage. So identify how you are standing in your own way. How are you denying yourself things that you really, really want? And what is the basis of that denial? Is it a belief pattern? And this is also holding on to something that isn't for you. So what are you holding on to? Is it a story? Is it an old way of being? This is also a tendency to be a martyr. So like you may want all these things and you've decided in some way, shape, or form that you can't have them because you're a victim to it, or other things in the past have happened and so it's convinced you that things won't work out. And this is like that martyr energy of like, oh, woe is me, like I'm gonna do this and nothing good's gonna happen to me. So maybe this is for a particular Virgo that's watching. You need to reimagine your life. You need to reimagine what's possible, and you need to start to believe it and let go of these old stories. So this is leaning into your inner world of limitless miracles and surrendering to the divine, that this is all possible. That Two of Swords energy, she's blindfolded, right? And she's kind of being tied up by these crows. This is like Libra energy, balance. This is also at a crossroads, needing to make a choice. A difficult choice. How are you going to move forward? Are you going to leave your old self behind and move forward in a new mindset? Seems like that's necessary at this point. Choosing the best route of action. This is opposing ideas or options and having to choose between them. I feel like this is really about your healing, Virgo. Like, what is it that you're going to choose now? More of the same or something different? I am going to pull a Spirit Messages card for you, Virgo. See what comes up. Serenity. Okay, the most important relationship you can have is with yourself. A lot of self-love needing to come through. This is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over. from yesterday or anything that you've been struggling with. Remember, we're rearranging these thought patterns and these old stories that you've adhered to. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your peace or your way forward. Okay? I'm going to pull an affirmation card for you, Virgo. You're going to be fine, but you got some shadow work to do, and that's going to set the stage for such a beautiful new year. Okay, I am part of the cosmic whole. I am surrendering to the sweetness of life, letting go of worry, letting go of control, letting go of old stories that have you somehow convinced you you're not enough. Virgo, I love you. I'm wishing you all the best, and you're going to do great as you work through this shadow work. Please let me know how this resonates for you in the comments below.